It is that time once again. Welcome into this edition of La Liga EA Sports Match Day 5. Happy to have you along on Barca 1 as we prepare for this contest between Barca and the old rivals of Getafe. If you know about La Liga, if you know Barca, you know what this game is going to bring tonight. Something fierce under the watchful eye of the Estadio Johan Cruyff, and in the rain, no less, as well. This is bound to be as muddy of a fight as we could hope for in La Liga. It is a starting 11 for Barca that looks fairly routine. Still no Lamine Yamal in the lineup, but we will hope to get him back at some point soon. He's not on the bench either, so this is the 11 that Hansi Flick goes with. It is Ferran Torres and Robert Lewandowski up front, next to Rafinha, Olmo, Frankie, and Pedri are in the midfield. And then Andres Christensen slots in to the back line next to Eric Garcia, with Gerard Martin and Koundé on the flanks. Joan Garcia is in goal, as has been the case in every game this season. For this contest, it is, ironically, strangely, a matchup between two teams inside, at the moment, the top 7 in La Liga EA Sports. But if we go back to the end of match day 4, these two sides were actually in the top 4. Barca second in the league, Getafe currently 7th. Both teams, of course, with a game in hand on the rest of the pack who have played, this being one of the final matchups of match day 5. For Getafe, it is a formidable group that we are becoming familiar with. Adrián Liso has 3 goals this season for them. Borja Mayoral is next to him up front. You are familiar, you have to be, with Gené. He is the heart and soul of this Getafe defense, and everything that José Bordalas does, it revolves around his toughness and grit. They are a difficult team to handle, and we'll see how they come out today, donning the yellow with Barca in the home Blaugrana. Our referee, Ricardo de Burgos Bengoechea, is the only one who can get us started, and he has done just that. Thanks for tuning back in and checking us out on this Sunday evening recording. Of course, there is a lot of football to be played this season, both in La Liga and in the other competitions, but you feel like this might be one of the first big tests for Hansi Flick this year. And we wouldn't normally say that about a team who habitually finishes in the bottom 10 of La Liga, but Getafe are a different beast. They are always defense first. They will try to put that clean sheet up by any means necessary. They will slow the game down over the time that they've been in the top flight. They are the team with the lowest percentage of ball in play throughout 90 minutes. And so this is going to be on Barca tonight to keep play flowing. With no Lamine, it is Rafinha on the right-hand side, as he was in the Champions League game against Newcastle, and then Lewandowski and Ferran. We're going to see how they partner up front. The starting 11 had the pole at the pole position at number 9, and Ferran out on the left. You can see that for the moment, that's where Lewandowski sits. And Ferran just dropping in a bit deeper also into the midfield. Here he is now, connecting well with the forward run of Andreas Christensen, who does well enough to win Barca their first corner. Don't expect Getafe to give you much in open play. It's very difficult to break them down. Barca have had a really hard time doing that over the last couple of years. Set pieces become that much more important. Can they make it count? Olmo. Rafinha does well to chase it back down. Koundé keeps it alive. That is a whistle that will see Barca find another set piece. Mario Martin is the player who might have studded Olmo on, or rather Koundé, on his way in. And he will get a yellow card for his troubles as well. That is an early yellow, and indeed a fairly reckless challenge from the Getafe midfielder. Hey, you can't do that. Conventional wisdom would tell you that this is prime Rafinha territory. To give this a curl and a whirl, it is Rafinha who resets his angle, and I don't think Pedri put that in the right place. The referee also got in the way too. I can see what they were trying to do. You can see the training ground exercise, but it just was a bit too far behind Rafinha in order to make that work. And you can hear the whistles already. This is going to be commonplace. Putting the ball in play when Getafe are the ones who have to do it is always going to take longer than what it will take the other way around. The responsibility falls on Barca to try and win the ball back as quickly as possible. Concerning sight is watching Rafinha hold his right ankle. This Getafe team have started hot so far. They finished the season really well last year. It was thought, as Mayoral tries to slip in beyond Eric, and he's having none of it, it was thought that Getafe would be a team to fight against relegation, as is usually the case, but we always know that Bordalas tends to get them to safety more easily than some of the others fighting in that area. Getafe last year, they didn't have that problem. They were safe with room to spare. This year, they've started out with 3 wins in 4. They also managed 2 of those 3 wins away from home. Because there's one thing right now that these two teams have in common to start the year, and that is they began the season with 3 consecutive away games. Here's Rafinha. Jene is claiming that it came back off of Rafinha, and he's not putting up a fight. .625 was the moment that the ball went out of play. And that is the mastermind behind this project. All right, I'll take 22 seconds. That's not so bad. You have to deliver your sporadic time wasting intermittently. They beat Celta to start the season, Getafe, at Balaidos, and then they went to Sevilla and won as well. And after a loss at Mestalla to Valencia, they came back home for the first time last weekend, and they shut out Oviedo, a 2-0 victory. Nicely done by Olmo to find Pedri, and he's got numbers, including a run off to his left. That is Gerard Martin, who cuts it back in for Ferran Torres. His shot blocked. I believe that was Duarte who kept it from going on goal. An encouraging sign, though, to see Barca make something from a little bit of nothing in open play. Just take note, at every time the whistle blows against Getafe, how many arms go up in the air. Not that that's an uncommon practice in modern football. Despite the difficulties that Barca have had playing this side, fortunately, they haven't had any problems getting wins at home. Now, this is a different kind of home tonight, of course, playing for the second straight La Liga contest at the Johan Cruyff. Rafinha with a little nutmeg. Pedri trying to pick up the scraps. Femenia did enough to win it back, and eventually it falls to Christensen to reset. A gritty 1-0 victory last year at the Estadio Olympic Lluís Companys, 4-0 the year before that. In fact, Barca have won their last 7 consecutive home games against Getafe. But if you head over to the Coliseum in the outskirts of Madrid, it's a different story. They've now played 6 straight games since their last win. Got to go back to 2019 for that, and scoring goals there has been difficult to do. We're here tonight, though. Bit far out for Luis Milla. He tries to curl it in. Koundé not having any of it, and Rafinha wants to head to the races. He sees Pedri, who returns the favor. Oh, Rafinha does really well, and he tried to stay on his feet. And no whistles coming from any of the men who matter. Only the fans. It looked like Rafinha went over there and was fouled. Maybe not. He needed to take the contact. Credit to him, he was so uber athletic that he actually managed to avoid the contact. Although that time, it looked like Olmo was pushed over, and so that's 2 in a row now. And that is definitely a foul. The first one you can understand. Hey, Lamine. Alde looking on as well. Rafinha to the middle. Lewandowski trying to leave it for Ferran. Lewandowski saying that he didn't touch him. The replay will be our arbiter. No, nothing. Nothing there. And Lewandowski's Spanish has been good enough for him to say to the referee, "Te lo juro." I am absolutely sure, I swear to you. Well, one back by Christensen. And every time Barca get the ball, they are looking up. They're trying to do this with pace. Koundé, Olmo, Lewandowski. Pedri does really well to switch. Ferran trying to turn. Here is Pedri. You fancy him to have a go, and he looked for the extra pass. Can't blame him. Ferran was in a good spot. Better defending by Abkar to keep it from reaching its destination. Barca have a corner. Rafinha was looking for Pedri. That's the second time that a set piece has not come off for Barca. Getafe have them defended well, though we have to say Barca in open play. First 15 minutes in, they look good. Rafinha slides it in for Dani Olmo, the back heel flick for Ferran. That is beautiful football. So silky smooth, so Barca. Signature at its finest, and Ferran Torres is the one to net it and give Barca the early lead. It's his third of the season. They make it look so easy. This is Barca, and as Jose Bordalas would say, esto es fútbol, papá. A right-footed hammer, and it's 1-0. The pass from Rafinha, and then the back heel from Olmo, and Ferran is just in the right place at the right time. Getafe with no chance, and they're off and running. That is a big weight that comes off of this starting 11 against a team that likes to dig their heels in. And we say so often that goals change games. That is, of course, the cliche. Opportunity here for Liso to put a cross in. Defended by Christensen. Liso slipped in the rain. Barca able to clear their lines. We say goals change games, but that goal in particular really changes the dynamics because Getafe cannot sit back anymore and hope for a 0-0. Now they're forced to go find something at some point over the next 75 minutes. John Garcia taking no chances. Just the second start for Olmo in La Liga so far. That is his second assist. And we can also give credit to Rafinha for that hockey assist, the pass leading to the assist, because it was just as worthy of plaudits. Martin couldn't stick it, and he's slightly out of position, so Christensen comes over to help. Going to try to defend Liso, who sneaks by him. Liso looking for a runner. He had Borja Mayoral in the middle and Diego Rico on the far side. Wants to have enough players back now to extinguish the threat. And Ferran is out ahead of the pack, and he's been brought down by Milla. Now that they've got that goal, they're not going to change the game plan, but they can just take that extra half step in terms of caution. Needing to defend first, just like that. That's all right. Rico and Rafinha collide. Been a lot of success so far for Barca running through the channel that Koundé just tried to deliver it to, with both Lewandowski and Ferran in that 9, you can call it a false 9 role if you'd like, but trying to push through that compact line of defense from Getafe, just like this, over the top. Genet gets there in time. Rafinha is still fighting in the air. Lewandowski comes away with it. A clip over the top. Rafinha tried to go out of the air. You can't blame him for trying. And I think the ball just trickled over the byline. So goal kick coming. We spoke about how long it would take Getafe to get the ball back in play on goal kicks. I don't think that'll be the case much anymore. They'll still be thinking for now that if we can sneak a goal at some point before we hit the 90-minute mark, as we get a look at Marcus Rashford, who was indeed the hero on Thursday. Getafe will think if we can sneak one and waste time the rest of the way, maybe 1-1 isn't so bad, but the way that it's going right now, you wouldn't count on it. Soria taking no chances. He's Not had a ton so far to deal with tonight. The goal, there wasn't much he could do. Barca are trying to keep the pace, the furious pace set by Real Madrid, who have won 5 out of 5 now. This could be the 4th out of 5 for Barca. Along with the draw in Vallecas, it would leave them 2 points back. They can get the job done tonight. Pedri always popping up in the right place. Flanks it out to Gerard Martin. Good control from Ferran, but the pass was offline. And that's the Barca way. Frankie. Pedri. Getafe just seem a bit rushed. They will take the foul in this case. Just happy to slow the game down a little bit. They're having a difficult time holding on to possession. Megan had made a nice run for Liso, but he wasn't able to get it to him. The stadium is so much smaller that it's really easy for everything ambiance-wise to come through our microphones. We're hearing a lot more communication out there. It's obviously just not as loud as either the Camp Nou or the Estadio Luis Companys. Those who are here over the last 2 games, the 6-0 win against Valencia, and what's happening now, they are very appreciative. Ferran makes the run in behind. He's got one man beat, trying to clip it across. That was behind Lewandowski, out by Rico. It's been a masterful performance by the midfield thus far. Happy to keep the ball in front of this Getafe block. And then finding their opportunity to sneak through. Pedri has snuck through, and Lewandowski couldn't stretch far enough. He needed to be about 3 inches taller to get there. Hansi's energized. Pedri just didn't have the right wavelength with Mr. Lewandowski. That was intended as a clearance, but Eric will take it as an outlet pass for Ferran. Gonna finish this half strong, high energy. You just can't do that in some of the other locations, some of the other stadiums around Barcelona. You can make your voice heard. 1 out of 6,000 here. Rafinha and Olmo. Cleared away by Abkar. Genet does very well, and he frustrates Rafinha in the process, but he tried to do a bit too much. Half an hour in, Barca's goal comes 15 minutes ago from Ferran Torres. It's a goal that we'll be playing back in all of its beauty. Rico knew where Rafinha wanted to go. The whistle is for a handball. And De Burgos Bengoechea was in agreement with the assistant, albeit unintentional. Uh-oh. Rafinha might be receiving a yellow card because he acted in a moment when the referee was handing out an order. That is a justified yellow card. It's unfortunate, and Rafinha is going to be frustrated by that, understandably. Rafinha was asking for 10 yards, and the referee was ready to give it. He was actually doing that, and that's when Rafinha tried to go quickly. And you can't do that when the referee is chatting with another player. Barca maneuvering from one side of the pitch to the other with relative ease tonight. It's the first time that Barca will have any real defending to do. It's important in these moments that they don't switch off See what Getafe have attempted to do thus far. They want to get bodies at the back post to try and look for that second ball. Distributed by Luis Milla. Indeed heading towards the far post. It's come back out though to Rico. Barca doing really well to force Getafe back, and there could be a release on if Rafinha has stayed onside. He's flicked it forward for Ferran. The flag stays down for now. Ferran Torres scores. It's going to be checked, but take nothing away from that finish and his potentially second goal tonight. We need a wide-angle shot to see where Rafinha was when that ball was filtered forward. He is in his own half. That is going to stand. Barca will take a 2-0 lead. Soria was caught out as well. Ferran doing the right thing, picking a spot, hitting it, and netting it comfortably. Fourth of the season, second of the night. Indeed, he's onside here. He's behind the ball. Call it 2-0. Well, the last time we played here at the Estadio Johan Cruyff, the Valencia game went 6-0 and 3 different players scored a brace. We saw Rafinha and Lewandowski both score a brace, and then just for good measure, Fermin with a couple of bangers to make it 6-0. Christensen's gone down holding his face. To look back at that game and say that there was any problem with it would be unfair, unjust. But you could say that the one thing that we were missing was a Ferran finish. He played well, he just didn't quite finish the chances he was given. Well, we're back at the Johan, and he's done it twice. Another brace coming here at the Estadio Johan Cruyff. And if there's one thing that excites us about Hansi Ball, it is Barca's ability to score. Ferran was looking for another deep run. They've now scored 15 goals this season. That is, by a pretty wide margin, the most of any team through 5 La Liga games. Only Villarreal and Real Madrid are in double digits. They've each got 10. But Barca are making it look fairly easy to hit the nylon. Christensen has joined a fight club. And that is textbook Olmo for Koundé, who's got room to roam. Just a little too far ahead of Rafinha. Got to give a hand to that man getting ready, Mr. Marcus Rashford, who went back to England and made it look very easy. Had a brace of his own. Barca are just scoring all kinds of braces lately. That's all they know how to do. Barca sneak out a third before we get to halftime? Or can Getafe find a way to earn one back? Christensen did as well as he could. Two bodies hit the ground. Bengoiche is not having any of that. Just collided with one another, Femenia and Koundé. That was direct football. As much Route 1 as you'll find. And he still managed to hit the side netting. The right side of the side netting, Ferran. And he's got longer than anybody else had last Sunday with Valencia to find his hat trick as Lewandowski gives it a go and he tests the palms of Soria. The referee's back was turned. Lewandowski just went flying. I believe that was him and Abkar. Here's Olmo, who gives it a go. He was right into Lewandowski's path. You can tell that Robert is frustrated. And indeed, that double push there is seen by the VAR. So it's not smart football because depending on where that happens too, I don't believe it was in the box, but if it was, you might be liable in a position where it's just not warranted to concede a penalty. Liso with a high fly ball. That's what we might call a can of corn for Joan Garcia. What we just saw from Alderete, or rather Duarte, I should say, and Abkar, that is a little bit of the Getafe way. And now Liso is going to go into the book. So you have to be careful here if you're Getafe not to let this spiral out of control. And the quick restart, guess who's there? Ferran Torres hits the crossbar. That time the referee had no problem with Barca going quickly. He took that nearly perfectly too, did Ferran. It's a clean strike, boy, and all he's got to do is hit the target because Soria has no chance. Ooh, that's a dangerous one. Janae, he's the next player booked, and there were a couple of players for Barca who were just a bit too close to one another, and that's why it got crowded. Ooh, Janae just comes flying in. It's reckless, and it's a judgment call in the end. He goes into the book. That's 3 Getafe players now on yellow cards. And make that 4 Getafe personnel members in total because somebody on the bench just got booked. I don't know if it was Bordalas. It's been a busy night for De Burgos Bengoechea already. Should see a small chunk added on to the end of this first half. Koundé cushions. Rafinha tried to go feet first. Two minutes the word. Added on here to the end of the first half. A first half that's been dominated by Barca. Very little fluency for Getafe, and Gerard Martin makes an interception and can start the break the other way, and he just left it short for Olmo. Pedri. It's another late action, this time coming from Diego Rico, and Koundé and Rico go flying. Rico goes to ground after the assistant referee tried to hold him back. I think he might have thought there was a Barca player that was trying to hold him down, and that's why he flopped. This is exactly what we were talking about with things getting out of hand. Getafe are going to do everything in their power to muck this up. And I think what Rico was trying to do here was to instigate on Rafinha. So there's the stomp on Koundé. Ooh, that is a dangerous stud. And when Rafinha gave him a shove, Rico knew exactly the one man on Barca's 11 who has a yellow card. So he was definitely trying to get Rafinha expelled from this game to give Getafe a chance, a man advantage in the second half. That's not going to happen. And we're going to head to halftime, and Barca will take their 2-0 lead. It's a quick restart. There's still a chance here for Getafe. Martin does enough. Barca will try to counter, and the miscommunication will be the last action of the half. Barca are rolling, and it's looking really good on match day 5. It is getting chippy, and we've got 45 minutes to play, so you know what's likely around the corner. If you like it hot, it's probably going to get that way. It's a wet night at the Estadio Johan Cruyff, but Barca have their lead. 2 goals from Ferran Torres, one on an Olmo assist, another from Rafinha. They lead it 2-0. Halftime at the Estadio Johan Cruyff, second half on the other side.
Mediocampista en el Getafe, dale, Rafa.
Eso es, estoy con Mario Martín, jugador del Getafe. Como veis, esta primera parte os ha costado salir, ha tenido mucho acierto el Barça con pelota.
Sí, bueno, nosotros hemos planteado nuestro partido, estaba yendo bien, ha llegado el gol del Barça en un momento en el que tampoco estábamos a mal y bueno, vamos a seguir en la segunda parte con mucha intensidad.
Gracias, Mario.
Just about ready for the start of the second half, and we do indeed have a substitution that will see Rafinha come off and Marcus Rashford make his Johan Cruyff debut. A player who scored twice midweek against Newcastle, and now replacing the only guy on Barca's squad who is booked, so Rafinha will not be in danger of picking up that second yellow card in the second half. Getafe have a lot of work to do. It will not be easy for them, considering they've already got a 2-goal deficit to work through. Rashford, just one of the players who will be subbed on. We've also got 3 Getafe players who are coming in. Da Vinci, Abu Kamara, and Javi Munoz are the 3. Tough start for them, undoubtedly. See what they can do in the second half with their new crop as we get underway in half number 2. 2 Ferran Torres goals, the difference. John Garcia, he thought he was taking no chances to send it out of play. He's actually found a pass. And guess who's on the ball now in the midfield? It's Pedri. Doing Pedri things. Not a bad sight to see Rafinha in a place where he's unable to be instigated by the residual Getafe anger that's already spilling over into what is their deficit. Already a fair amount of high pressure coming from Getafe, and an unnecessary shove on Koundé. Won't be the first or last time that we see that today. Olmo clicks it back for Frankie. Koundé is still upset about other extracurriculars that are going on. This is Kiko Femenia. Chipped over the top. There is a man there. That's Da Vinci. I beg your pardon. Javi Munoz is the substitute who's come on and hit that well, just wide of Joan Garcia's goal. A couple of options there from Luis Milla. And it came off of Koundé, set up for Munoz to strike. Former Las Palmas man is trying to make an impact here. It's a good start for Getafe to the second half. It can be changed with one little swing of the pendulum. Like this. Rashford stays on his feet, then goes down, and the flag has come up, so anything else that happened is irrelevant. Ever so slightly offside. I think Barca would be best to go through the rest of this contest and make sure that they just avoid any anger-related problems, any injuries, anything that Getafe could try to pull. Kunde gets it away, and Frankie can only see it out for a corner. That was his best option, he felt. That corner to be taken by Milla. It's a good one, and the header was there for Joan Garcia to gobble up. Domingos Duarte got his head to it, now has to track back in defense because Barca are on the prowl. 5 shirts, all attacking down the same line. Kunde. Down goes Olmo. It comes back to Pedri, who sees a gap. Now needs to pick out a pass. It's Martin clipping it in over the top. Lewandowski chests, flicks. And that should, well, it would have been a corner, but the flag is up, so it is neither. It ends up as a goal kick. This could just turn into a second half of everybody rejoicing in song. That was the chance for Duarte that you can classify, I suppose, as a save. For Joan Garcia. Who knows how many of those chances he'll have to make tonight. You also see how much game management Barca decide to employ as this game comes to them. They certainly won't just sit on a 2-0 lead. They'll try to grow it. That's dangerous, and that's exactly what we're talking about. Got to be careful in these moments. Early in the second half, Christensen sees yellow. It is Milla's free kick. Garcia is there, and he falls on top of it nicely. Quick release, Koundé with acres of space. He's got 3 out in front of him, including Rashford, who's trying to make a run. And Koundé just lost the handle. This is the most we've seen Getafe hold on to the ball all game. They're going to need a little bit more of that. To get themselves in a position to find at least one. Heavy touch from Rashford. Took him a little while to get into the game on Thursday night, too. He had a couple of those. Obviously, this one was a tough one to handle, but he had a couple that he wasn't able to bring under control or dribble into the right spaces, and you thought, oh, maybe it's not his night. And then 10 minutes apart in the second half, it surely did become his night. Here's Frankie, flicking it through for Ferran. Thought he got taken out from behind. A word coming from Da Vinci. Mauro Arambarri. It's a long run for Kamara. And that is Gerard Martin. Lewandowski again tussling with Abkar. Those two have not been friendly tonight. In fact, nobody on the Getafe back line has treated Lewandowski kindly. But this is fine. The entire second half can go just like this, and Barca will be happy with the victory. And finally, some justice has been served. Lewandowski had been tussling all night. This time it's Duarte. Oh no, it's Abkar, I beg your pardon. Just only a matter of time, really, before we saw that come to the fore. The replay will confirm whatever that was. Just stuck out a little leg, and the referee was right there looking at it. I mean, what are we doing? That's the face. We'll have a Marc Casado sighting. That is perfect for this atmosphere. And Fermin will also make his way on. This is surely too far to shoot, right? Rashford's got that look about him. Olmo will give it a hit, and he nearly shaved the crossbar. Hit it square enough. Would not want to be on the other side of that one. So no hat trick tonight for Ferran Torres, but a standing ovation is surely warranted. He did just about everything right tonight. And Fermin will also spell Frankie for this, I should say, Casado for Frankie for this second half. So that's now 3 substitutions utilized by Hansi, Rashford, Fermin, and Casado. Everyone seems to be all smiles at this point. Getafe have something in them to create a goal against this very stout Barca defense. And we talk a lot about their goal-scoring acumen, but truly their defense has been just as good. They have only allowed 3 goals all season. That is second best to Madrid's 2. Shaping up to be something fun and something fierce this season. There's a long run in it for Rashford. He's going to catch up to this. He has no help, so he might as well go alone. Rashford cuts it back. Olmo, yes please. And thank you. Time to wrap this one up. No question about it, as Barca continue to roll. Dani Olmo's on the score sheet. Barca lead at 3-0. Marcus Rashford scored 2 goals on Thursday, and tonight he adds an assist to that ledger. Played onside, and then Soria decided to hang back, and that was the wrong decision. Lewandowski leaves it for Olmo, and Dani Olmo, for the first time this season, rips the cord. We're still waiting for Marcus Rashford's first La Liga goal, but he did the very unselfish thing there. As one of Getafe's bench members has been sent off. Oh, hi. Oh, I'm happier now that I'm on TV, but no, Getafe fans not having fun. Second assist for Rashford. This is looking a lot less complicated than we had built it up to be at the beginning of the night. It's very clear that this team is in form. And they're doing it as well without Lamine Yamal. That's now 11 goals in the last week. And they have not conceded in that time, and Lamine has not been in the squad. All right, trying to take this one to the corner, but he's not getting past Gerard Martin. Expertly won back by Barca's left back, who has been superb in filling in for the injured Alejandro Balde. When you hear the shout of English, you're probably right in assuming that it's Marcus Rashford communicating. I'm sure he's working on his Spanish skills right now, but for now it's about making sure that he is heard appropriately. Heard and understood. Fermin finds Pedri. And they left it for Rashford. He wants to weave through traffic. Marcus Rashford! He tests Soria, who is up to the challenge. Diego Rico has to be careful, because he was trying to get an extracurricular in there as well. And all of a sudden, Marcus Rashford is slithering through defenders and making it look easy. The way Pedri does. Look at that. Here comes Rashford again. Koundé just got it stuck between his feet. Eric Garcia is right there to win it back off of the high pressure. Dani Olmo is tripped right on the edge of the box. Things are just going from bad to worse for Getafe. That was Da Vinci. It's a robust challenge. You would think there's enough of a window to have a rip here, but Olmo is more likely going to curl it in. He hits the wall. It's hooked away by Munoz. And this is where we will see Coba da Costa come into the game to replace Arambarri. Speedy young winger has turned heads at times in the last year and a half. Arambarri is one of the feel-good stories, considering that he's had to come back from a couple of brutal knee injuries. It's a long run for Fermin. Guides it into his path and gets it back. You know, he's thinking about having a shot from distance at some point. Remember, Barca do have 2 more substitutions to make. There is midweek La Liga action that will come next Thursday. So that gives Barca 3 days rest. But they might want to think about perhaps the likes of Pedri or Lewandowski, giving them a spell for these final 20. You still have some worthwhile options on the bench. Marc Bernal, who came back against Valencia, he's an option. Rumi Bardghji was good in his first half debut against Valencia. This is Fermin turning the corner and going for goal from an impossible angle. Why not? It was Soria who got a flick to it. It should have been a corner. Fermin is frustrated because he thought he had done enough. All that work for it to be a goal kick. He's right. That did take a little flick off of Soria. This was the first test this season for Getafe. They have not quite met the task. Barca have continued this professionally. Here's Rashford again. He goes for Lewandowski, who tried to tap it back to Olmo, but Danny didn't get there in time. You know, at this point, the fans just probably want to see a few more fireworks. Mean for Olmo. That was an interesting idea. If Olmo had connected, it would have been one of the potential goals of the season, the way that he was spun around. And within 5 seconds, Barca have the ball back. That one just trickled out. That's how close Olmo was, and Soria didn't know whether it was going to be deflected or not. So that's the change that we were looking for. Rooney Bardghji is going to come on. Pedri finally gets a spell. Take that. That is the second official substitution window. With Pedri coming off, it's Rooney who hands the captain's armband to Mr. Lewandowski. So they've got one more change that they can make. And I would put a good bet on Barca to do that at some point in the next 15 minutes. Calmly chested back by Martin. Rashford wants to get on his horse and run. Did he get there? Barca will take the throw. Let's see what this kid is made of, Rooney Bardghji. Gets his second chance in a moment where the pressure is completely off. Of course, he started the game against Valencia, had one opportunity to take a shot that, had it not been blocked, you think maybe there could have been something there. Here he comes now, slipping it into the middle towards Lewandowski. Big swing and a miss by Kamara. Koundé, sort of by accident, gets past Da Costa. Back for Koundé. Bardghji here. He too nearly juked himself out. Koundé puts the cross in. And this is just target practice right now for the Blaugrana. They are in no rush and they have no stress, which is exactly where you like it at this point in a game. Koundé into a cul-de-sac. And it's a Getafe throw. Next sub comes on the other side, Alex Sancris. He will end the night for Adrian Lisa. Just couldn't get it going. 3 goals in La Liga this year. Started off hot, but you knew he needed an opportunity on goal. Didn't get a single one. Just the run by Rashford and the stop by Soria as he tried to go near post. And look at that, it took a deflection too. Didn't see that in the initial angle. So it made it so difficult for Soria to stop. Koundé, Bardghji, almost got the weave going. And no sense in getting ahead of ourselves right now. No point in thinking about the games down the road later on this year. It's one game at a time. That's the approach. And the next 2 games for them will be in La Liga. So those are the ones that we can focus on and look at. Of course, before we get to the next international break, there are still a number of games to be played. 4 in La Liga and the home Champions League game against PSG. In the next week alone, it's Oviedo on Thursday, Real Sociedad, same time Sunday night next weekend. Those are the 2 you've got to focus on right now. Of course, once this one ends. But you'll take the return. You certainly like what you've seen so far, especially finding their form regardless of where they're playing their football. Those little shoves are the ones that are finally being seen. So this is the last one, the last substitution. It's Araujo in for Martino. That means Robert Lewandowski is going to play 90 minutes tonight. So too will Dani Olmo. Kamara took one touch, and Eric was right there. It's just been brilliant tonight. Luis Milla was trying to draw a foul. That is the Getafe way. The Burgos Bengoechea was all over it. He's officiated this game very well tonight. It's easy to get caught up in the Getafe guff. Olmo surrounded by yellow and still somehow slings it out to Rashford. He wants the corner. He's got it. We could probably see the referee add a couple of minutes max. I don't think we're going to see much more than 4 at the most. Abkar got landed on awkwardly. Araujo's first intervention is good enough. Getafe aiming to come forward. And Marcus Rashford comes all the way back to defend with a shoulder shove. And somebody lost a shoe in the process. Let's give Eric a chance to get it back on. Maybe a little taste of Getafe's own medicine as Eric took an extra moment to tie his shoe and then come in with a sliding challenge to win the ball right back. Milla does well though. Femenia ships it over the top. It's fallen kindly for Da Vinci, and Joan Garcia preserves the clean sheet. First real chance for Getafe in quite a long time. Gavi and Ter Stegen look on. Needed to fall right on top of it, and did. Long run down the right for Bardaggi, who's tussling with Da Vinci. He's being grabbed and pulled and hassled and shoved. And he tries to move on as well as he can, and he'll win the throw. Hansi's not too concerned. Olmo. Lewandowski got there first. He's still fighting. No, he's offside though. Only just. I'm not so sure about that one. The only remaining question that we have is how many more minutes do we need in this game? Because Barca have taken it from the get-go and have created no doubt. It's 2 games at the Estadio Johan Cruyff, and it's 2 comfortable victories. Got to get an answer to that question right now. There's the number. It is justified because it's the number of the night. Three goals for Barca. 3 added minutes, the word. Fedmin will not be denied. Rashford looking for one more highlight. Marcus Rashford! It's a stop by Soria that keeps Rashford off the board. Might have taken a deflection or 2 along the way. It's just unfortunate as it keeps Barca from scoring their 4th. Say the other thing that Barca did really well in this game, especially in the second half, because the first half, understandably, after it went 2-0, it got heated. But Hansi spoke with them at halftime, and we don't know exactly what he said, but one thing is for sure. This second half has been free of antics, extracurricular activities, the little nagging Getafe things that they do to try and set you off, and Barca have not fallen for any of it. This is a professional performance from a professional club who are ready to take this challenge on. There's a chance for Lewandowski. He's onside. Olmo. Rooney Bardghji. Soria spills it, and that'll be the last action of the night. Costa is likely in an offside position, although the referees will let this play out. There goes the whistle, and it'll also be the final whistle. Barca do everything right tonight. They scored early, they scored often, they scored with class. Ferran Torres had the first. It was a wonderful combination between him, Dani Olmo, and Rafinha, and then he and Rafinha combined for the second one. There's concern right now for, is that Fedmin who's down? Hansi is certainly concerned, and he's wondering exactly what's happened. So let's hope that that's nothing too serious as we try to get him to his feet. Well, we'll have to monitor that as the week goes along, but for the time being, Ferran Torres, of course, is your MVP tonight. Barca do it in style. 2 goals from him and an assist from Marcus Rashford to feed Dani Olmo, who scored the 3rd. That's how this one ends. Barca take it comfortably. Final score at the Estadio Johan Cruyff, it's Barca 3, Getafe 0.